Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of What's Cooking Tonight. Today we have a very special dish that we're cooking. We're going to be doing the Elk Tenderloin on the Fornetto Basso smoker. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the package, wash it off, and then we'll season it up a little bit and put a little something special on it to help keep it juicy. Alright guys, let's go ahead and season this thing up. You can see it kind of broke a piece off here. That's just how it was in the package. So I'm just going to go ahead and put both of them on the smoker. But we'll start off with a little bit of garlic salt. Get a nice little coating on here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of black pepper. And we'll do a tiny bit of steak seasoning because that'll have some pepper, some paprika, a few different things in there. So I'll just do a little bit of that. Flip it over. Let's do the same thing. Alright, and a little bit of that. Alright, so next, because this is such a lean meat, I've been told that I should wrap it in some bacon. So we're going to wrap this guy in bacon and make sure it stays good and juicy throughout our smoking session here. So I'm going to try and do this without toothpicks. We'll see how this goes. It's working actually pretty good. There we go. Already got about half of it there with 2 strips. So technically, I don't know if it's typical to smoke a tenderloin because it's kind of a lean cut. This especially is kind of small, but that just means it'll cook faster for us, which I'm down for that. We're still going to cook it low and slow at like 250, maybe a little above 250. Let's get maybe one more piece here. Probably won't even need all of it. And then we'll have the little guy too. Oh, looks like I got a bad piece of bacon here. Might need another one. Yeah, I'm going to take that guy off. Pretend you didn't see that one. There we go. Alright, we'll just wrap this little piece that kind of broke off. One piece of bacon should be good enough for this guy. There we go. Let's get that last fold. There we go. Alright, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get the smoker ready. We'll let this sit for a little bit, and then we'll see you outside with the Fornetto Basso. Alright, hey guys, we are going to fill up this charcoal chimney, get this charcoal going with our fire starter cubes here. Too much there. Some of these back. That looks good. Let's light these cubes. Try to get them a little centered here so they don't fall down.
All right, there we go. We'll get that going. Probably take about half an hour. We'll pour it in the Fornetto Basso here.
All right, well, here's a little sneak peek of the charcoal. It's almost hot enough. That isn't quite the orange glowing and ashy coals that I want, so we're going to leave it a little bit longer on there. But in the meantime, let's show you the wood we're going to be using for the smoker. I'll cut the video here real quick and we'll go over to that. Alright, so today with the elk, you know, it's a lighter meat, not a very tough meat, so I figured I'd use, you know, the less harsh woods. So I've got cherry as the main wood we're going to use. Figured I'd go with cherry instead of apple, just personal preference. And then we're going to do a little bit of pecan, you know, just give a little mix of flavor, and this won't be too harsh for the elk. So there you have it. Cherry and pecan is what we'll be putting on today.
Alright, we got our charcoal nice and hot here. We're going to pour it into the smoker, get it going. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and throw our wood on there. Let's get a few chunks here. We said we're going to do the cherry and the pecan. Alright, this looks good to me. So we'll do 2 cherries and 1 pecan. We'll do a cherry nice and close to the flames. We'll do a pecan by the flames, and then we'll do another one. Let's move this closer to the air vent, actually. We'll do the other cherry out here, and we'll do the other pecan there. Alright, so now we can assemble it. I'm going to put the water pan on. Flip that down. We got all the vents open so we can get our charcoal getting nice and hot. The top layer here, we got our thermometer probe ready for when we're ready to put the elk on. And then we got our top. That's wide open too to get the fire going. Alright, so looking good so far. We just got to get the elk is already out of the fridge. It's ready to put on here. So I'm going to get my digital thermometer going here. I actually have a new thermometer called the Inkbird, which is a Wi-Fi thermometer that goes to an app on your phone. So now I can keep track of this temp without always having to run back out here, you know, and then it's too high or too low, which can screw up your whole cook. So yeah, we'll use the Inkbird. Don't know if I'll do a review of it today because I'm kind of busy, but eventually we'll get a nice little review of that thermometer. So yeah, we'll let this heat up a little bit, get it up to around 250, 275, and then we'll put the elk on. Alright guys, we are at 250. We're ready to put this elk on the smoker. I got my thermometers kind of prepped here. I got one in the Elk Tenderloin there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this lid off and carry the grate over here. I'm going to go off camera for a second, and then we'll bring that right back. Guy in here. Woo, smoky. Damn. Alright, let me get you a good zoom in here on the elk so that we're getting the right picture. Oh, there we go. That's looking good. Got our nice bacon wrapped elk. Let's go ahead and get the thermometer on there so we can get a good reading. Perfect. Pull that through a little. There we go. And then we've got our actual elk temp out here. We'll just have this one kind of hang out the side. Get that lid back on. There go. Snap that down. Perfect. All right, so let's see, let's zoom you out a little bit here. We will get that Inkbird thermometer plugged in, get all those alarms going, and then it should only take about 2 hours, I'm thinking, maybe a little more. So we'll see you after that. All right, guys, we're back. I'm already close to temp here on the elk, at least according to what I've seen online. You don't want to cook this too hot because it's a lean meat. It'll get really tough. So we're going to take this off. We're going to use our quick probe here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this guy's already, you can hear my thermometer going off there on the side. This is already pretty hot. Alright, we are going to pull this off. Should have disabled that alarm before I did the video here. Sorry about that, guys. It's my thermometer going off because it got too cool in the smoker. Alright, cool. I'm going to pull this off. We'll see how it is. Alright, well there's the elk fresh off the smoker. It's actually right around 130, which is where they say it should be. It cooked really fast. I mean, that might have cooked in like an hour. And I know it wasn't a big tenderloin, so I kind of expected that, but I don't even know if that bacon is cooked enough, honestly. So we'll unwrap that guy. We might char it a little bit in the grill, and then we'll taste it, see how it is. All right, guys, here is the finished product. We unwrapped the bacon from the elk tenderloin. It's looking pretty damn good. Little over medium there, but I was a little worried about it. They said only cook it to 130. When I took that off, it seemed pretty rare for me. So I cooked it a little longer. Still tender, still delicious. So yeah, I'm gonna call this a success. We might do one more clip of it cut up and taking a bite, but that is it for now. Alright guys, here is the cut up elk tenderloin. We got a few little chunks here, I got a few small pieces. I'm going to go ahead and do a taste test here. It's super tender. Here we go. Mmm. Delicious. Subtle, smoky flavor. Good and tender. I don't know what meat I'd compare this to, honestly. Hard to say, but it's definitely delicious. And that is the elk tenderloin on the Fornetto Basso.